Hello, I'm here going to start reading the book of Leviticus, the book of Levi. I've never actually read the book of Levi. I'm not really sure what it's about. I've read parts of it before, so I know there's a lot of, just from reading the chapters, it has some chapters on burnt offerings and sin offerings, fellowship offerings, a few chapters on offerings, and it has some stuff about Aaron and his brothers. There's some new characters, Nabab and Nabahu, priests beginning their ministries, regulations about infectious skin diseases, so some purification after, so some health care matters are addressed. So basically this is after Exodus, right? The people of Levi, and this is basically how they're going to live and how to sustain their population. Has stuff about not eating blood, sexual relations, unlawfulness, punishment for sin, Day of Atonement, Sabbath year. So it has a bunch of different concepts. There's only 27 chapters as I see here. So it should be fun. Let's read about Leviticus and the people of Levi. Okay, so the first chapter is the burnt offering. The chapters are really short, so I should get through this really quickly. Here it goes. The burnt offering. The Lord called to Moses and spoke to him from the tent of meeting. He said, "Speak to the Israelites and say to them, when any of you brings an offering to the Lord, bring as your offering an animal from either the herd or the flock. If the offering is a burnt offering from the herd, he is to offer a male without defect. He must present it at the entrance of the tent of meeting, so that it will be acceptable to the Lord. He is to lay his hand on the head of the burnt offering, and it will be accepted on his behalf to make atonement for him. He is to slaughter the young bull before the Lord, and then Aaron's son, the priest, shall bring the blood and sprinkle it against the altar on all sides at the entrance to the tent of meeting. He is to skin the burnt offering and cut it into pieces. The sons of Aaron, the priests, are to put fire on the altar and arrange wood on the fire. Then Aaron's sons, the priests, shall arrange the pieces, including the head and the fat, on the burning wood that is on the altar. He is to wash the inner parts of the legs with water, and the priest is to burn all of it on the altar. It is a burnt offering, an offering made by fire, an aroma pleasing to the Lord. If the offering is a burnt offering from the flock, from either the sheep or the goats, he is to offer a male without defect. He is to slaughter it at the north side of the altar before the Lord. And Aaron's sons, the priests, shall sprinkle its blood against the altar on all sides. He is to cut into pieces, and the priest shall arrange them, including the head and the fat, on the burning wood that is on the altar. He is to wash the inner parts and the legs with water, and the priest is to bring all of it and burn it on the altar. It is a burnt offering, an offering made by fire, an aroma pleasing to the Lord. If the offering to the Lord is a burnt offering of birds, he is to offer a dove or a young pigeon. The priest shall bring it to the altar, rearing off the head, and burn it on the altar. Its blood shall be drained out on the side of the altar. He is to remove the crop with its contents and throw it to the east side of the altar, where the ashes are. He shall tear it open by the wings, not serving it completely. Then the priest shall burn it on the wood that is on the fire on the altar. It is a burnt offering, an offering made by fire, an aroma pleasing to the Lord. Now, the burnt offering, that's the end of that chapter. The burnt offering is it feels very old school, like it's just burning stuff for the Lord, right? I mean, it reminds me of campfires these days, or barbecues. in the early days, I guess, it kind of symbolized cooking the meat and cooking it for God. It helps sterilize and gets rid of a lot of infectious diseases and things like that. Now, I'm not sure if when it's a burnt offering to the Lord, they don't eat it. However, it still would make sense. You know what I mean? It's like incense, it's burning something. A scary thought is like burning people. That'd be wrong. That'd be scary, but like, that'd be really scary. But sometimes I have like, I think of myself burning. It's a really scary thought, burning. But burning things for God, it just, it seems right, I guess. You know, burn something. It's almost winter now, so I don't see I'll go to any campfires or anything, but I enjoy burning stuff, like burnt marshmallows, but not like burning people. That scares me. Anyways, that's the book of Levi, and that's the burnt offering. The next is the grain offering.